Hamida Javanshir. Hamida Ahmed Bey kızı Javanshir, born on her family's ancestral estate in the village of Kehrizli. Hamida Javanshir was the eldest child of Ahmed Bey Javanshir, an Azeri historian, translator, and officer of the Russian Imperial Army, and his wife Mulki Jahan. She was the great-great-grandniece of Ibrahim Khalil Khan, the last ruling Khan of Karabakh. Hamida and her younger brother were educated at home. When she was 9, a family of Russian tutors came to live with them to guide their education. By age 14, she was familiar with European and Islamic literature and spoke Russian and French fluently. In 1889, Hamida Javanshir married the Barda native Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Bey Davatdarov. They settled in Brest-Litovsk in present-day Belarus. Soon their two children, Mina and Muzaffar, were born. Javanshir took ballroom dance lessons and studied German and Polish. In 1900, the family moved to Kars, where Davatdarov was appointed commander of a military fortress. A year later, he died, leaving his 20-year-old wife a widow. Her wish to study medicine in Moscow seemed unrealizable. She inherited the Kehrizli estate from her father and continued his successful cotton business. In accordance with his will, she took the manuscript of his historical work on the political affairs of the Karabakh Khanate in 1748-1805 to Tiflis. In order to get it printed at the Geyrat Publishing House, here in October 1905, she met Jalil Mehmet Gulzade, who then was a columnist for the Azeri language newspaper, Shergi Rus. In 1907, they married and lived in Tiflis until 1920. They had two sons, Mithat in 1908 and Anvar in 1911. She worked with Mehmet Gulzade to publish Molla Nasreddin, a satirical magazine. During the Karabakh famine of 1907, Hamida Javanshir distributed flour and millet to starving villagers and also acted as a mediator between local Armenians and Azeris between 2 years of mutual massacres. In 1908, she founded a co-education school in her home village of Kehrizli, which became the first Azeri school where boys and girls could study in the same classroom. In 1910, Javanshir, together with female members of the city's Azeri nobility, founded the Muslim Women's Caucasian Benevolent Society. During a smallpox epidemic in the Soviet era, she bought vaccines and gave shots to the people of Kehrizli. In 1921, after having lived in Tabriz for a year, the family moved to Baku, where she wrote memoirs and translated her husband's works. She published a memoir in the 1930s, Awake, a Muslim woman's rare memoir of her life and partnership with the editor of Molla Nasreddin, the most influential satirical journal of the Caucasus and Iran, 1907-1931, published posthumously in 1967 and translated into English by Hassan Javadi and William Fleur. She also translated Russian poetry. She outlived two of her children, Mina in 1923 and Mithat in 1935. She died in Baku in 1955. There is a museum of her life and works in Kehrizli. Hamida Javanshir's second husband, Jalil Mehmet Gulzade. Hamida Javanshir's daughter Mina Davatdarova was a professional teacher who volunteered at the Kehrizli school until her death in 1923. Thank you for your attention.